In the middle of a barren desert, there's a massive pit of fire that has been burning for decades. Locals call it the door to hell. Its flames never die, its glow can be seen for miles, and its mystery continues to captivate the world. Today, we journey into the heart of Turkmenistan's most bizarre phenomenon, the eternal fire in the desert. The year is 1971. The Cold War is at its peak, and the Soviet Union, a sprawling global superpower, is driven by an insatiable hunger for energy. This relentless quest for resources leads them deep into the heart of Central Asia, to the Turkmen Soviet Socialist Republic. Here, stretching across 70% of the country, lies the Karakum Desert. Its name translates to black sand, a desolate and unforgiving landscape of sweeping dunes and extreme temperatures. But beneath this harsh exterior, geologists suspected a treasure trove of natural gas. Near the small village of Darvaza, a team of Soviet geologists was drilling for natural gas, confident that their surveys pointed to a massive untapped reserve. They were on a mission, piercing the desert floor in search of the fuel that powered an empire. Suddenly, the ground beneath them collapsed. The massive steel derrick, the camp, and all their equipment were swallowed whole. Miraculously, the crew scrambled to safety, watching in horror as the desert floor simply vanished. The drill had punctured the fragile roof of a colossal subterranean natural gas cavern, creating a giant crater over 70 meters wide and 20 meters deep. What they had uncovered was a vast pocket of natural gas leaking into the air. The geologists had found their prize, but in the worst way imaginable. The escaping gas was primarily methane, a compound not only toxic to breathe but also a far more potent greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. It posed an immediate threat to the local ecosystem and any nomadic communities in the area. They were now faced with an unfolding environmental disaster. To prevent the gas from spreading and causing harm, the scientists set it on fire. The logic was that burning the methane would convert it into less harmful carbon dioxide and water vapor. They believed the fire would consume the available gas in a matter of weeks, and the problem would be solved. But their calculations were catastrophically wrong. They had grossly underestimated the sheer size of the gas reserve. They were expecting the flames to burn out in a few days, but days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and the fire showed no sign of retreat. The inferno they started never went out. And now, more than 50 years later, the crater still burns, a permanent fiery monument to a Soviet-era miscalculation. Locals would come to call it Darvaza, the gates of hell. The crater is officially called the Darvaza Gas Crater, but to locals, it is the door to hell. Its flames reach several meters high, and the intense heat makes it impossible to stand too close. Scientists estimate that the fire has consumed millions of cubic meters of gas, and yet, it shows no sign of stopping. Visitors describe the experience as standing on the edge of another world, with the sound of roaring fire echoing through the desert winds. Over time, the door to hell has become surrounded by myths. Some believe it's a punishment from the underworld. Others claim the crater hides secrets deep beneath the earth. For locals, it's a place both feared and respected, a reminder of nature's raw power. But the truth is simpler. It's a man-made accident, one that turned into one of the world's most unusual natural wonders. For those willing to make the arduous journey, the reward is a spectacle of raw power. The trip is an adventure across the shifting sands of the Karakum Desert. As night falls, a faint glow on the horizon grows into a blazing inferno, a surreal beacon in the vast emptiness. Today, the door to hell is a tourist attraction, drawing thousands of visitors each year. This influx has created a small but vital microeconomy for local guides, who bring travelers face to face with this fiery wonder. One visitor described it as staring into the sun, but in the middle of the night. But where tourists see a spectacle, scientists see a unique laboratory. In 2013, explorer George Karunis descended to the bottom searching for extremophiles, microorganisms that survive in conditions once thought inhospitable to life. The discovery of such bacteria here offers clues about how life might exist on other planets. Because of this potential, scientists continue to study it, not only for its unique geological features but also for its environmental impact. They analyze gas composition and map subterranean structures, treating the crater as a living experiment into the resilience of life itself, and that impact is the crater's dark side. While the fire consumes much of the gas, a significant amount of unburned methane still leaks into the atmosphere. Methane is a greenhouse gas over 80 times more potent than carbon dioxide, making the crater a major point source of global emissions. This is why methane gas contributes to global warming, and in recent years the Turkmen government has even suggested that the crater should be sealed. But the challenge is immense. A failed attempt could risk an even more dangerous uncontrolled gas leak through surrounding fissures. This leaves the door to hell in a state of limbo, a paradox of modern times. It is a toxic wound on the planet and a source of profound wonder, a symbol of human error and an object of accidental beauty. It forces us to ask, do we have a responsibility to extinguish it, or has it transformed into a unique monument? But whether they close it or let it burn, the Darvaza crater remains a powerful reminder of how one mistake can create a phenomenon that captures the imagination of the entire world. It is a testament to the power hidden beneath our feet and the unpredictable consequences of our actions, a fiery legacy of a single miscalculation, burning in the heart of the desert. The door to hell is more than just a fire in the desert. Born from a Soviet-era miscalculation, it was never meant to exist, yet it roars in defiance of its creators. This chasm is a stark reminder of how our actions can reshape the world, leaving indelible marks on the geological timeline. It is a wound on the Earth's surface that has paradoxically become one of its most mesmerizing spectacles. It's a living symbol of humanity's curiosity, our impact on nature, and the mysteries that still burn beneath our feet. The Darvaza crater is a rare, terrifying window into that subterranean world. Scientists believe the vast reservoir of methane feeding this inferno is one of the largest on the planet, but its true size remains an enigma, fueling the central question that hangs over the Karakum desert. As the flames continue to rage, one question remains: how long will the fire last? Years, decades, or will it truly burn forever? The answer is locked deep underground. As long as methane and oxygen meet, the fire will endure. Turkmenistan's government has called to extinguish it, but the task is monumental. The intense heat, unstable ground, and sheer volume of gas make any intervention a Herculean effort. Perhaps the fire simply cannot be tamed. In this uncertainty, the crater exists in a state of paradox. It is a significant source of potent methane gas, a contributor to climate change. Yet it is also Turkmenistan's most famous landmark, a beacon for adventurers and a source of income for local communities. It is at once an environmental disaster and a site of pilgrimage, a warning against our hubris and an invitation to witness its terrible beauty. Ultimately, the door to hell forces us to confront our complicated legacy. It is a testament that we actively create and alter our world, for better or worse. What began as a failure has transformed into a legend, a story written in fire that may well outlast us all. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. Don't forget to subscribe to PhantivorWorld for more mysteries of our planet and beyond.